Welcome to the Daps and Pound Show. Dobie, tell us what we're talking about today.
Season 2, episode 21. We're going to be talking a little bit about, unfortunately, the passing away of XXXTentacion, giving our thoughts on that situation. Unfortunate series of events there. We're also going to be, of course, going over new music, which is going to be including a new project by Lecrae and Zaytoven, Bebe Rexha, Freddi Gibbs. I mean, there's some pretty cool stuff. Another Wyoming project for your ears to listen to, but it doesn't have 7 tracks. What's up with that?
What's going on?
What's going on? Also, too, we will be answering a couple of questions from our listeners on Twitter, including our thoughts on the J. Cole Lil Pump interview, which we said we were going to do last week, and we never did. Yeah. So, we did it this week. Ladies and gentlemen, strap on in. Underneath an hour, slam pack with some goodies. Enjoy.
Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, yeah. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. Let's go, let's go. Two mics, two friends, one show, let's go. The Daps and Pound Show. This is the Daps and Pound Show. Yeah, you know.
What's up, everybody? How are you doing? It's episode 21 of what? Well, we'll tell you. My name is Malky. To my left, we have
Dubby.
We represent 2 mics,
2 friends,
and 1 show.
The Daps and Pound Show. What up, man?
What up, man? We're here.
Yeah.
We're here, guys. Episode 21. We are so happy that you guys joined us. If you've never seen this show before, if this is your first time watching or hearing about us or hearing about anything that we do, Dobie, where can they hit us up on social media and find out more info?
You guys can hit us up on Daps_Pound on Twitter and Instagram. Also, you can go to our website at www.dapsandpoundsent.com. And so, if there's any discussion you guys want us to talk about, if there's any music you want us to review, if there's any ideas that you have about the show, just share them with us. We're up and coming, so we love to talk to who's listening. Hi, little one. Good, bad. I got a cat.
Dobie's good, bad is that he got a cat.
Yeah.
Tell us about that experience.
Keela,
let's talk about it.
Young Keela. Well, as some of the longtime listeners know, we got a cat and it died a month later. So that was trash. Mm-hmm. And Mary just kind of got to the point where she was like, can we please just get another cat? But we needed time just to kind of pass by. We actually kept everything that we had from the past cat. So even like food, litter, box, everything. So in all reality, like cost-wise, it really wasn't that much just because we already had everything.
Yeah.
And so this is Keela. The name came from because Mary's favorite restaurant is Good Tequilas, and we got it right by Good Tequila. So I was like, what if we named her Keela? Because I thought it sounded cool. And she was like, yeah! And so that's her name, Keela. So that's been good. Oh my gosh, please no, that you don't jump on the lights, young Patapon. Do not do that.
Patapon.
I said Patapon. Patapon's a game.
I knew what you meant. Is it?
Yeah, Patapon.
Oh yeah, it is. I actually know that.
So, but anyways, that's part of the good, bad. If you guys don't know, sorry, the cat jumped on Malcolm for you audio listeners, so that's kind of why it just like completely just right away went somewhere. Excuse me. Basically, if you guys are new to the show, what we do is we kind of just talk about a couple good things that happen in our week, couple bad things, just kind of let you guys know kind of more about us. So yeah, good, bad. First off, again, got a cat, Keela, pretty dope. Bad. Let me see here. What? I'm sure something bad has happened this week. Oh, lack of sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because the cat.
Yeah.
So that's the bad part.
Is she meowing a lot?
No, she just will jump on your face. She takes like 3-hour naps and then she wants to play. But we have her in the basement, right? And she can just jump right on our bed. We don't have like a closed door. So basically, she has access to our bed at all times during the night. And so sleep hasn't been as great, honestly, per se. So I would say that's a bad for sure for us.
For sure.
So, I mean, other than that, everything's pretty straightforward this month. No biggie. I'm trying to think. I feel like I didn't do anything this week. That's what's crazy. Oh, I helped my parents move. I did do that. That was big. So they moved away. And that was a bad because Tuesday was rough. It was hot, bro.
Oh, yeah.
And I felt like I almost passed out a couple times because we moved. It was just Brandon, myself, and my dad. But then good too is we got the sectional. So watch our cat just like jump over there and like hit the right button on the keyboard to stop
production.
recording. Yeah, exactly. Shut down the whole event. So yeah, we pretty much just new cat, new furniture. Weather's been rainy lately. The weather's been kind of nice though.
It's been rainy, humid, but not as hot as it was last week.
Yeah, the last couple days have been in a nice temperature. So other than that, really not a whole lot going on. Haven't really been watching much of anything. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Pretty boring these last couple weeks. I usually just work and I've been sleeping. So what about you, man?
Good, bad. So bad is funny. I cannot say names in this because I don't know who's listening, but I go to a chiropractor. My back went out last year, so he hooked me up, and I go to my massage therapist right next door because their businesses work together.
Right.
So I go see him, and then I go see her.
Smart.
So she was running late, and she told me the name of somebody that would just take me today, and she was apologetic, and I was like, oh, no problem, it's fine.
Right.
So I walk in my shorts and my tank top, and I'm like, yeah, ready to get massaged up. And the name that she said was familiar, but a lot of people have this name, so I was like, all right, this is weird. I mean, this is not a big deal. So it turned out to be a girl that I had previously had experiences with that I had like known, and so it was just an awkward massage. Because I knew that she was a massage therapist, but I just didn't put two and two together. And I guess she had just got hired at my massage therapist place. So it was very awkward.
So both of your guys' reaction was the exact same when you met eyes
Yeah,
for the
there was
first
a lot of
time.
talking during the massage. It was and it didn't end well, whatever we had, like, years ago.
Yeah.
It was like, not that it ended badly, it was just kind of like awkward. So it was weird. It was very weird.
Oh, gosh.
It was wild. And then I thought to myself, this is me. This is
the life you have.
These things only happen to me. I'm used to these things now. I probably should be used to these things now anyway. So that was funny. Good though. Start watching Luke Cage. Hey baby, start watching Luke Cage. And the writing is really good this season.
Really? Season 2 good?
On Netflix. Season 1 writing was good, but the first season of every show that's like a Marvel show, the writing is decent. Other than
Right.
Jessica Jones, I did not like Jessica Jones at all. But the writing on season 2, they've really stepped it up. They've made it here and the now and stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. Different stories that they're telling. The character development's good. So shout out to Luke Cage on Netflix, season 2. Watch it if you're into Marvel stuff. If you're into Marvel stuff at all, then I think you'll like it personally because it was good. It was good. I dug it.
Did you watch the whole thing?
No,
Okay.
no. I don't have that type of time. It came out on Friday or something, I think. Yeah, it came out on like
what is
Friday
in your
or something.
hand that she is...
Absolutely nothing. She's just licking my hand, I
The
think.
cat is going to town on Malcolm's hand. But I'm trying to figure out what you have.
She sees the foot of one of the dogs
Dude,
on the other
oh
side
my
of
gosh,
the
ladies
thing.
and gentlemen, our
She's going
dogs
crazy.
are so intrigued in this
Animals
with this
have
cat.
taken over the podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my
sorry.
good, bad. Luke Cage, and then also
okay.
Luke Cage, and then the massage therapy was wild. So yeah, man, good, bad, guys.
Awesome.
You tell us about your good, bad. Hit us up in the C section of Instagram and Twitter, and let us know what you think in the comments. Also, make sure you're always sharing and liking, especially on iTunes. That helps us and rankings and get ranked and all that stuff. So make sure you're sharing and liking the podcast.
100%.
So, getting right to it, I apologize to one of our listeners, I can't remember his name off rip, but I was re-listening to the podcast and I realized something. He had tweeted, I want to know what you guys think about the Little Pump and J.
Trey,
Cole, right?
Yeah, Trey Graham. And then we said we were going to do it, and then we didn't do it. Yeah, I know. We're terrible at that.
I actually watched that interview, and my thoughts on it are basically, it was kind of an awkward interview because you weren't getting a lot of information out of Lil Pump. For those that don't know, Lil Pump and J. Cole kind of had an issue, and so that led to J. Cole making a song that was taken as a diss song, but really it wasn't a straight diss song. He was more so talking to anybody in that generation, in the new generation of the Lils that wanted to say something to him. So it was almost like he was leading Lil Pump with questions he already knew the answers to try and like teach Lil Pump, and it was awkward because it was like he was a dad. He was asking about his early drug use because Lil Pump started smoking weed at like 12.
12, yeah.
And so he was like, so do you think that led to you wanting to drop out of school? You just throwing away your days like that? Like, it was really awkward questions like that you knew J. Cole knew the answer was yes, and Lil Pump was kind of just like, yeah. So in that way, it was weird. But I think J. Cole's a mastermind in the fact that he did this because he found a way to put out a really cool quote unquote diss song about somebody or about a generation, then teach them, and then film it so that it's his. He can show it the way he wants to show it. So it's just Cole trying to be a leader, Cole trying to be someone reaching out to the young people instead of just like knocking them down constantly. So I thought it was pretty cool. Very awkward though. It's not one of those interviews that flows at all.
Well, Lil Pump doesn't flow. Same with Lil Uzi Vert. All of his interviews are very awkward. There's just there's certain people that they're not good on camera.
The Migos used to be terrible interviews, but they've gotten a little better.
Yeah. There's just certain people who are better at it than others, but
for sure.
I thought it was cool because I think what J. Cole is just trying to show is he's like, this industry sucks.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what it comes down to.
Yeah.
He's like, I've been hurt by this industry. I thought this is what I wanted in life. I got it, and it's not what it's cracked up to be. It's just fair warning, pretty much. So I thought it was cool, and I think it's needed, and I think J. Cole will be somebody who also is going to be well in his 50s, and he'll still put out albums from here to there because his message is greater than get money.
Yeah, I agree. And then another Dappy, our guy Chris Hicks, he shouted us out on Twitter, wanted to know what we thought about, there was a poll done recently, and Eminem was ranked the greatest artist of the generation. So of that generation, I believe it was. I forget all the parameters that they measured against. He wanted to know our thoughts on it. I can't argue against it. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that...
Who are the runners up?
I forget the runners up. But if we're talking about skill, if we're talking about like rap, just rap, then I can't argue against it. Now, if you're thinking about performance and things like interviews and videos and stuff like that, if you're doing the total package, then you can argue Jay, you can argue a bunch of people, but I can't argue against it. Eminem is somebody that's in my personal top 5 or 7 probably, so you can't argue against him. You can't do it.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, Eminem will always be one of the greatest. He's no doubt like...
He's top 10 no matter what.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say, is no matter what your argument is, he deserves to be in everybody's top 10 at least.
I agree. So those are just a couple things from the Twitterverse. Those are a couple things from the Dappies that we like to call you guys. So thank you to Chris. Thank you to Trey for reaching out to us. Wanted to know our thoughts on those items. Trey, we're sorry we're so late with the Lil Pump J. Cole. But if you want to know what's going on and what we think about certain things, we love that interaction with the Dappies. We love that interaction with the folks that take the time to listen to our show every week, every Monday. So thank you guys so much for that. And then I guess we have to get right to it. We wouldn't be a podcast. We wouldn't be a music-centric podcast if we didn't talk about it. Rest in peace to XXXTentacion. He was tragically murdered last Monday, I believe it was. Was it Monday or Tuesday?
It was a work day. I remember that. I don't remember what it was. I wasn't Tuesday.
Apologies if it was if we don't know the exact day.
Maybe
I believe it was
Wednesday.
Monday. Was it? I can't remember which day it was.
No. Yeah, Monday.
Okay, Monday. So he was tragically murdered. There aren't details 100% on what happened. Everyone feels like it was a robbery, maybe. There's been an arrest made already.
I've seen rumors it was premeditated.
Yeah. One of the people that they arrested right now, he put something on Facebook right afterwards. And I've heard this echoed from so many people from like New York media, whether it's Ebro, Joe Budden, Charlamagne the God, people that I listen to, Big Boy in LA, radio personalities that have been in the business and seen artists come and go and seen beefs come and go. They all have said the same thing this past week about this death. People act like cops can't make Facebook accounts. They act like cops can't make Instagram accounts. They act like if a cop wants to go do it, there's like this block up. If we can see it, they can see it. So why would you put everything online that you're doing if you want to premeditate a murder or something like that? Just weird stuff.
Good grief.
The cat is
wild.
That's different.
But I mean, we were very vocal about this on the podcast. We didn't agree with his life choices. He's made some bad life choices and decision making, and we wanted to respect his artistry, because I did say on the podcast that I was surprised at actually how good his album was. But I felt obligated that we can't put too much shine on somebody when it's bad for the culture overall, because how much of an influence he is on a younger generation. However, Malcolm nor do myself believe that anybody should be gunned down like that.
Yeah.
And it is true. He was young. There was time to hopefully redeem himself. I don't know him personally. You know, you always have people who said he really was trying to better himself. Do we know that for a fact? No, we don't know that for a fact, but when there's hope, you shouldn't diminish that hope. And it does suck, because I do actually think he was musically talented. He had a great ear for melodies and stuff. So, and I do got to give him props, because he did try to do different stuff. So, again, oh my gosh, you cat.
The cat has moved the entire camera.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to change that. But rest in peace, XXX.
Yes.
Tentacion. I pray to God that you hopefully, came to grips with salvation. But hopefully you found your answer now, man.
Yeah, crazy week it was. There was just a lot that was going on. You saw a lot of outpouring from people after the XXXTentacion murder. I tell you what, the amount of young people that he affected, whether it was for good or bad, like, you have to give him credit for that. Like Dobie was saying, he has a large amount of young people that really, really loved him. So it's interesting. It's interesting to see where those people go now, what those people do, who's their next guy that they kind of look forward. He kind of encompasses that generation in a nutshell, of the Trippie Reds and people like that. He was so similar to them, and Wi-Fi's Funeral, and he was really close with Slump God and stuff like that. So all of those new guys, he had started to build a relationship with Tekashi 6ix9ine and stuff like that, and none of that music necessarily. I like all of the people I just listed. I personally like 30% of their music. Like the Tekashi 6ix9ine song, like In a Blicky, that whatever that song is, it's hard. I can't lie, it's hard, but I can't rock with it. I can't rock with all of the music and stuff like that. But you can't ignore the impact of it.
100%.
So yeah, rest in peace, XXX.
I saw this
Tentacion.
I saw this video of these kids in a car, and they I guess they do music reviews, and they said they heard the news and they were crying, and then they went back and they were playing some of their favorite songs by him, and they all started crying again. So the impact is real. Yeah,
the impact's pretty crazy. He's had a pretty huge impact on people, and all we can say is R.I.P. We can't really speak for the things he did while he was here on Earth, because a lot of my favorite rappers have really bad charges against him. But
Exactly.
it's one of those things that we just kind of have to roll with and see what happens, and hope for more of the guys that are, the Black Thoughts and the J. Coles and the Talibs, and Talib just got in trouble recently, and it's just like it's when you go searching for that perfect rapper who's like this great guy, you're gonna be searching for a long time. Just like anything, rock and roll musician, country singer, whatever. So we're gonna wrap that up. We just wanted to touch on it because it affects our culture directly. Dobie and I are both hip hop, so we kind of had to speak on it. So once again, once for all, rest in peace, XXXTentacion. All right, we are going to move on. New music. Why are you shaking your head?
It was a rest in peace, XXX. I saw something on Twitter and it just came to my mind, and it's not appropriate to tell the joke right now.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put it that way.
Okay.
Joe Budden will come after us.
Oh yeah, we don't need Joe after us.
No, we need Joe on our side.
We do. All right, so we're gonna move on to new music. There was a bunch of new drops. Freddi Gibbs, album art of the year.
Love it.
Amazing album art. But there was a lot of stuff that dropped. The Carters dropped last week, but this week they were put on Apple Music. So last week when we spoke about it, they weren't yet on Apple Music. They were only on Tidal. Now they're everywhere. So that's everywhere now if you would like it. A Boogie with the Hoodie, international artist. He dropped another mixtape. You're only gonna get one thing from him. You know what I mean? He's a very narrow. There's only one thing you're gonna get from him. The only thing, the one to stand out from this is the Pretending featuring Jessie Reyez. I like that song a lot because I like her a lot. And Check featuring Ray. Ray is actually a cool artist. So the two things that I like are from artists that are features, not necessarily him. That are the dope things that I love about it. He managed to get two of my foes on the same mixtape.
Song track after track.
So he has track number 5 is Tory Lanez. Track number 6 is Nav. He was able to get just
both
my super villains up here. So yeah, did you listen to this at all or not?
Yeah, I did.
What'd you think?
It's just okay. I listened to it and I won't listen to it again.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it was, ladies and gentlemen.
Panic at the Disco, they dropped Pray for the Wicked. I hadn't listened to a Panic album in a minute. It's so funny because the first words in the editor's notes on Apple Music is theatricality. And whenever I think of Panic at the Disco and the lead singer, I think of theatrical because the way he sings is so I can't. And it's just so like Broadway the way he sings. But there are actually a couple bangers on this. King of the Clouds is dope. Hey Look Ma, I Made It is dope. High Hopes is dope. So he still has it. My favorite song of Panic at the Disco is still the If You Love Me, Let Me Go. That song's so hard. That song's so hard. So yeah, that was an interesting little thing. There's a lot of people who are into that. Dan and Shay, I just asked about Dan and Shay recently. Listen to it. I get it. I get why people are into them. They're very melodic.
It's that pop country.
Very cool songwriting. Very pop country. Dan and Shay. Go get that if you're into it. Bebe Rexha, Expectations. Now, I like her
Bebe
a lot
Rexha.
because of her looks. I'm not going to lie to you. That's why I like her.
Okay.
She also had a Tory Lanez feature. So to me, it was 13 songs instead of 14. But this was very poppy. But my problem is I think Camila Cabello does the same thing a lot better. Because I heard her on a lot of this. In my head, I was like, Camila would kill this. You know what I mean? Camila would kill this flow type of thing. So very, very interesting. But it was just like a pop record. You know what I mean? It was just...
Yeah.
Just poppy.
It was. It wasn't bad. I will say, "Shining Star," though that little instrumental at the end of "Shining Star," I was like, "Okay, that's hard. This is hard." I feel like she is a pop singer for me personally that I have a hard time. There's certain artists and styles where you might not get it because you feel like you don't relate at all I don't relate with her music like
At all. Right.
Camila Cabello, for some reason, like I didn't feel that way, but for some reason on this album, I couldn't relate, and I think it was very much for girls.
Yeah.
And that's her audience.
Yeah.
Two Souls on Fire, I guess, was for everybody and stuff, but I don't know. I just like went through it and I was kind of nodding my head, but nothing really. I had kind of nothing really affected me.
Yeah. And that's understandable. Bebe Rexha, Expectations, go get it if you are in the market for something pop, then I think you'll like it. So Teyana Taylor dropped. This was supposed to be the last of the Wyoming projects, although there have been rumors of Sci-Hi the Prince, rumors of a Ty Dolla $ign project, rumors of a bunch of people now
a Ty Dolla $ign
are
project.
going to drop these 7 songs or 8 songs. Teyana broke the mode. She had 8 records on this project. K.T.S.E, keep that same energy. Love the album title personally. But this dropped. Teyana Taylor, for those that don't know the background behind her or why she's famous, so her mother was an important female figure. She was a hip hop artist. So she then went on to do Super Sweet 16 on MTV. I remember watching it and I was like, this girl is really swaggy. Like she was like the tomboy girl on the show wearing Bape. And I was like, what do you, and this is like camo Bape era where Bape was just everywhere because of that Lil Wayne cover. And she wanted a dope bike instead of the Super Sweet 16 cars and stuff. She wanted like a beach cruiser that was like decked out and stuff. So I knew she was different, you know what I mean? Because of her industry connections, she then signed to Star Trek Records, which was Pharrell's record label at the time, back when the Neptunes were heating up, going crazy. But she put out like little things, but she never put out like a full album on Star Trek. So then from there, Pharrell and Kanye did a record. The cat is like loving the shoulder game. From there, Pharrell and Kanye did a project where they said we're going to share artists, and so in the same deal that sent Pusha to Good Music is the same deal that sent Teyana to Good Music from Star Trek. Okay. So it was just Pharrell and Kanye shaking hands, being like, you know, I think these two would do better with you at Good Music. So Pusha has dropped some projects while being on Good Music. Teyana's just been waiting. Her and Kanye went through a spell where they weren't talking much because Teyana was like, you're giving Sci-Hi attention, you're giving Big Sean attention, you're giving Common attention, you're giving John Legend attention, you're giving Kid Cudi attention, and I'm just over here on this Good Music roster, and I'm supposed to be the first lady. Kanye did an interview with Charlamagne the God back in 2015 on The Breakfast Club, and he said, Charlamagne asked him point blank, Teyana is talented, why aren't you doing anything? He's like, honestly, I probably need to do more for her. So the result is this project, Keep That Same Energy by Teyana Taylor. She dropped yesterday. It is 8 records. And she's dropped little mixtapes before, but this is her debut album. This is her debut. And so it's a very interesting way to end the Wyoming project, but this is R&B. I think last year, Kanye West, he dropped that, or 2 years ago now, he dropped the Fade music video for a record on Pablo, and she was the dancer. Yeah, and so that blew her up. People loved her after that because she was like a mother and got abs like a month later after being a mom. You're nibbling on my finger. So it was one of those things where she blew up out of nowhere, and people were like wanting this, and she dropped like Chapter 4, I think was the name of her mixtape last year or the year before, and I listened to it and was like, you know, it's got some records on here. This is R&B true and true, and I think that this is a solid project. I really do. Out of the 8 records, there are only 2 that I don't rock with. There's only 2. What did you think about the project in a whole?
I feel like if it wasn't for Rose in Harlem, I probably wouldn't listen to anything else.
Okay.
I mean, that's just my opinion.
Yeah.
I could tell she's talented.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rose in Harlem is amazing to me.
That record's tough.
And then the rest of the stuff was just like, it was vibey, but it's kind of like Smith in my opinion, where it's just like it didn't like captivate me, but I'm not mad listening to it. I could maybe see myself, you know what, like I'm gonna put this in a playlist and just like leave it on in the background, but I'm not urging to listen to it. When it comes to R&B, like Daniel Caesar's album, I was urging to listen to it after I was
Crazy
done.
album.
So yeah, that's kind of how I was on it. I was kind of interested why he put 8 tracks, but I'm sure it's because it's been a long time coming.
I think so too. My favorite record, I don't have a favorite song, I don't think. I have a favorite part of a record, and that's Three-Way when Ty Dolla $ign came on. Because his voice was just, and he's not listed as a feature, so when you just hear him, it's just,
you're like, oh, Ty.
gosh, like there's this thing when he's featured on stuff that's just dope. I love Ty,
He's
man.
been killing it.
Ty's been really, really going hard recently. Rose in Harlem's hard. No Manners I like. Gonna Love Me I like.
Hurry sucks.
Hurry was a lot for me. I didn't really like Hurry. I do not like WTP. Probably Hurry and WTP are the ones that I couldn't really do. Never Would Have Made It's dope because she samples Marvin Sapp. Never Would Have Made It is Marvin Sapp's gospel record, and it's that the gospel record, the original record, makes me cry every time I hear it. So, yeah, Teyana Taylor, K.T.S.E, keep that same energy. Make sure if you are into R&B, and also if you've been into these projects, that you give it a listen.
Yo,
because
she really likes you.
I know she does. It could be one of those things that you can judge about, and we're still going to do that good music playlist for the Wyoming to see what projects end up on that thing. All right. Now, Lecrae and Zaytoven. Lecrae, we've talked about on this podcast countless times from season 1.
Yeah.
He is Reach Records. He is a Christian hip hop artist, but more so just a hip hop artist now is how he's pretty much seen.
Social activist. He is dropping a mixtape with Zaytoven. For those that don't know, Zaytoven is the piano man behind Gucci Mane, behind So I See the old Waka Flocka and OJ the Juice Man sound. Zaytoven did all of that. So right.
It's a pretty big deal. It's pretty much like Lecrae reaching out to Atlanta's trap historian, pretty much, to make that sound.
Atlanta's godfather of
For
trap
sure.
music.
So Let the Trap Say Amen is the name of the project. It is 13 songs. I thought that it was solid.
Yeah.
I cannot complain. I thought that it was a solid project. Two Sides of the Game with Waka Flocka and So Janes. I like that song. It was good to hear Waka over a Zaytoven instrumental because I haven't heard that in years.
Mm-hmm.
I Can't Lose with 24 Hours was pretty good too.
24 hours.
Yeah.
What? That's a good tag, man.
It really
it's
is
such a good little tag.
It was a tag. It was good. So yeah, what did you think about the project?
It was, like I said, solid. I wasn't disappointed and I wasn't blown away. So it's a solid. It's like, for me, this is straight a C. It's not bad. It's not amazing. Maybe a C plus. I'd probably give it a C plus.
I'm in C plus range.
I'll go back to it and see if there's like something that I really like stuck out to me. Personally, I am now under the camp though that I believe, and I didn't feel this way for a while, but Annie Mineo and KB are the. Did you listen to What Up RG yet?
No.
Dude,
I haven't yet. I haven't yet.
But between, I mean, his talent's there, but for me, like, I wouldn't have said this, but I think KB's now, if I listen back to KB's last album, he's surpassed Lecrae in my opinion.
I think so too. I think Annie Mineo's probably the best doing it.
100%. Annie Mineo's the best. I mean, think about it, after with the Words Play project and this past project, like, he hasn't missed. Like, those two.
It pains my soul that people don't know about that Words Play, that Magic Bird.
Yeah, it's so good. I went back to it the other month. It's track after track. It's so good.
Crazy. And Annie Mineo's last project, it was one of the, like, the times that I'm convinced, 100% convinced, I just text Dobie and go, yeah. Like, best ever. And he knows I don't use those like words. So when I said this is Andy Mineo's best project ever, then I'm passionate about it. And I feel the same way with him. When he says like, yo, this is like it. Like this is rough.
Well, didn't I tell you that when I was like, bro, like you need to listen to this, and then you were like, yo,
best ever, best ever.
It's so good.
So
even Kobe got onto it, and he's like, yo, like this is amazing from front to back. Like the arrow, it's gonna be in my top 10, 100%. I mean, arguably top 5 for sure, but I can say without a doubt, it is going to be in my top 10.
Yeah,
so,
I agree.
But let the trap say amen. I like it. I think because also, too, you got to remember, to me, this is like a Church Clothes project. This is not his album.
Yep.
He's come out with Church Clothes 1, 2, and 3. He usually puts out a mixtape here and there, something little. So for me, this wasn't like his like, yo, this is my next album. He's like, I'm doing this being a creative and wanting to do something for the...
You making beats, baby?
Keela, what are you doing? Keela is just on
making
one.
beats.
She's like, I love this keyboard, and I'm gonna stay on it. But I'm okay with it. Let the trap say amen. Hit us up on Twitter, Instagram. Let us know how you guys felt about it. If there was any tracks that you really, really did like. I think Get Back Right's a really good single though. Still, Get Back Right. Get Back Right. I don't know if you listened to that Derek Minor song though.
Yes. That one's tough. I listened to that one.
Dude.
That one's tough.
That.
Yes.
Yo.
Yes.
Okay, that Derek Minor's loosey goosey though.
That's a loosey goosey.
Anyways.
Let the trap say amen. Lecrae and Zaytoven. If you like Lecrae, then I think you'll like it. And then if you like just the instrumentals from Zaytoven, that old trap sound, then I think you'll be into it. Okay, moving right along, we have Freddi Gibbs. He dropped an album called Freddi. His promo to this was hilarious because he made it like an old paid programming for like the old R&B albums like Soul Volume 3. And it was a cool little commercial promo that he did for it. It's from a old Teddy Pendergrass album art that he recreated.
Okay.
In the background, he's like leaning down, like it's like the full 1988
Soul
thing.
Train.
It's beautiful, Soul Train for real. But then when you listen to it, it's all thugged out, like
straight Freddi, the Freddi you've known to love,
straight drug trafficking Freddi, and it's great. Wait, the first song is really good. This is solid. He's so consistent. We know exactly what we're going to get from him. It's how I used to talk about Pusha before this last project. You know exactly what you're going to get from a Pusha T album.
Yeah.
And before he did the whole Kanye West production thing, you knew the beats, what the beats were probably going to sound like. You knew what he was going to talk about. And that's the same way that I feel about Freddi Gibbs. So
Freddi
shout
Gibbs
out to Freddi, man.
is a one hit away from being in a new echelon.
He really is.
Dude, I was thinking about this. Tell me how dope this would be. Freddi Gibbs and Harry Styles. Or not Harry Styles, but
I know you're talking about Harry Fraud. Yeah, that'd be tough. Freddi is one of those guys that when he finds his pocket, like it's so good when he finds his pocket.
How do you like
it is incredibly good when he finds his pocket. Shout out to Freddi Gibbs. He knows how to rap too. He can rap. He can really, really rap. So go get that, Freddi, if you are into it. All right. I tried to listen to the Marshmello Project, Joy Time 2.
Yeah, well, if you look at the description, that was actually, they're all old songs.
Oh, are they? Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I didn't have time to listen to
it. It's a
So that's
flashback
what-
of original stuff I was putting out
good,
back in the
good,
day.
good,
He
good,
said
good.
no, and that's why he says, look, no features, no pop, just bouncing fun. So it's basically him saying, like, get ready, my album's coming out. But for those of you who are new to me, this is what I used to do. Smart marketing, make that money. I mean, he's getting money from it. He's already done it all. He just packaged it differently. So, yes.
Perfect. That makes me feel better because I wanted to listen to it. So I'm glad I don't have to now.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
glad
fine.
that it's good. West Side Gun dropped Supreme Belientele. West Side Gun he's one of those consistent guys too. He can rap, but it's all drug talk. It's all super, super, super East Coast sounding. Not boom and bap, but just super East Coast sounding. And he sounds great on it. So this isn't there's no hits on this at all. It's just street stuff. I listened to it at the gym. It was hard. Gunplay. There's a lot of drug rap that dropped. Gunplay dropped. He is a part of Maybach Music and Rick Ross and all them. He's somebody that I think is actually talented. That Bible on the Dash song from a few years ago, like he can rap and he brings this energy that's crazy. So shout out to Gunplay. The album's called Active. Once again, there's no hits on this thing. It's just pure gym music, I think. What else did you listen to, my dude?
That's about it. And then other than that, there was I didn't get to it. I saw this Twitter photo that was kind of getting shared around, and this kid's in the hospital, and he's got like his MacBook in front of him, his little keyboard, his like MPC over here, and the dude's like in a hospital bed. And I guess he was working on his EP, and I was like, you know what? I'm following you, and let me know when this EP comes out, because anybody who's that dedicated, I'm like, I'll give you a listen. So I haven't checked it out yet. He just came out with it. I think it was 2 days ago.
Let me know.
Yesterday. Yeah, I'll send you the link. But I want to listen to somebody like that, because to me, you deserve to be spoke about. If that means so much to you, you're in the hospital bed and you're like, I'm not quitting, then
that's dope.
I'm about it.
The only other project I want to touch on is, so I listen to a lot of podcasts, a lot of music and hip hop podcasts. One of them is It's The Real, and It's The Real are Jeff and Eric. They are two brothers in New York, and they have kind of they make music as well. Their music is kind of like the Lonely Island. They make comedic hip hop music. So they have a podcast called A Waste of Time with It's The Real. So they interview people all the time. I like them because it's how I find out a lot of like background information. I'm a nerd. I'm kind of a hip hop nerd. So I like to hear stuff about the director Little X. So they'll just interview him for 2 hours. And if you have the time, if you can listen to music at work or listen to podcasts at work, you'll find out all these weird things about music videos that you used to watch. And they do industry executives and stuff. And then when they have artists on there, it's always super interesting because they're not afraid to ask like funny questions or whatever. Right. So this week, an artist by the name of Tierra Whack was on there, and I had never heard of her before. I knew nothing about her. I listened to her interview, and it was super, super cool. And they were like talking about, she had this project that was only 15 minutes long, and she didn't know what to do for labels, so she made a 15-song EP, and she made a 15-song EP, and out of these 15 songs, she chose to give it to the labels and just end them at 1 minute. So it's 15 minutes long.
It's a demo. It's
a demo because she didn't know what she wanted things to sound like. She didn't know how things would sound. So she just wanted to put it out and kind of see what happens. It's called Whack World. This is the most creative demo I've ever heard.
100%.
She has at least 4 different styles of music on this. She has a folk one. She has one that's kind of country. She has pure R&B. She has like a trappy R&B sound. And then she has one that's more rap. She kind of goes all over the board here. She's influenced by Missy Elliott and Busta Rhymes. So that's why she's so like sporadic and crazy. And dude, some of these beats on here, it leaves you wanting them to be long. The reason why she said it was, she did it this way was because it was like the rule of 15, and 15 kept like popping in her mind because she had went to a bunch of meetings at Def Jam, and they said, we play a song and know within 15 seconds whether or not it's good. So that was 15. She had 15 samples. It's 15 minutes long. She was like, you know what? We're just going to go with this. Very, very interesting. 15 samples are on here. There's a song called Hookers that the beat on Hookers is like this 80s Vice, like Miami Vice City GTA like feel to it that just is so good. And when it goes off, I'm just like, ugh.
I was mad because of the bridge before it cuts off. Ching, 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 and I was like, I was vibing, and then the song changed, and I was like, crap, they're only a minute long, I forgot.
And there's another song on it called Cable Guy that's so great because her analogies are wild. So Cable Guy, and she says, it goes like A, B, C, all boys cry, B, E, T,
MTV.
Girls eat tacos. MTV men touch. Like it's just so witty. It's just like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
And then on that song, she's not even rapping or singing. She's kind of, you're my homies. It's just this weird thing.
And then Pet Symmetry.
Pets, oh my
which is like a
Pet
metaphor
Sematary is
between
so
like
cool.
homies and actual like dogs.
Yeah.
And, like,
I miss my dog.
all dogs gonna have.
It's
like,
just a
And then
cool
Silly
project.
Sam, she talks like a country girl and she raps like this, and it's basically making the diss track of her ex-boyfriend or something like that.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a wild.
Why? She
it's-
must like how hot it is. I guarantee.
I think so. It probably is.
Because my other cat would sit on my Xbox because of the fan. You like how?
No, I'm sure that's what it is. So yeah, Whack World. I just wanted to touch on that because I think it's one of the most, it's just one of the coolest ideas I've seen in a while. One of the coolest little projects I've seen in a while. And I think you guys would like it too. So make sure you go get Whack World, Tierra Whack. She has a few other songs that she dropped in like late 2017 on iTunes. But other than that, she's just working on a debut now and seeing where things go for a full-length project. So I'm going to be here for it because I think the girl's really talented. So
Yeah.
very interesting. We can move on to our Loosey Goosies this week. Bunch of little tracks that came out. Ariana Grande dropped The Light. And The Light features Nicki Minaj. I'm starting to think they should just do like a project
I was
together.
thinking that too.
They might as well. You know what I mean? In fact, if they were planning correctly, they would have dropped an EP together and did a future Drake thing before to give Nicki some bounce
Boost.
before this Queen album comes out. So that came out. The Light is coming. I think it's decent. Ariana Grande is gonna do Ariana Grande things. Florence and the Machine dropped Big God. Didn't really feel this track at all. Nicki Minaj, Bad featuring Ariana Grande. Did we talk about that one last week?
No, it was last week.
Last week. Let's see here. These are all from last week, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. It didn't update. That's
I don't
weird.
think iTunes updated. We're gonna try this again.
No, there it is. See it? Yeah, when you
it
when
doesn't
you
update
when
on
you
there.
see all, that's weird.
That's weird. Okay, so we're just gonna go from the small. So All the Ways, Meghan Trainor. I thought it was decent. Did you listen to this one?
I don't like Meghan Trainor. She can
Okay.
hop off this podcast.
Is that your beef? I have Nav and Tory Lanez, and you have Meghan Trainor.
Yo, what she did
Let's
to
go.
Tory?
Bro, that first of all, I'm mad at the camera person for putting the camera right on Tory like immediately.
She did our girl bogus.
She did our girl wrong. How are you going to be an artist for 2.5 years with the same single and win Best New Artist at the Grammys? Wiz Khalifa dropped Hopeless Romantic
Dude, this
featuring
beat
Sway
is
Lee.
so nice.
Crazy record. I like this song.
I think this record is great.
I think it's going to be on Rolling Papers too. So looking forward to that from Wiz Khalifa. I like that track a lot. Demi Lovato, Sober. She dropped this because she has been sober for a few years now and just recently had an incident where she relapsed. That was the word I was searching for. She relapsed. So Sober is just kind of to her fans and kind of to herself as a project, just letting everyone know and being open and honest and stuff like that. So shout out to Demi. I hope you get better, baby. I love you. Pretty much, Somewhere on You. They are a boy band, so this was very poppy, but I didn't mind it.
Yeah,
it was
pretty
okay.
much.
It was okay. Now, probably the best thing I listened to as far as singles goes this week was Switch by Black.
Yo.
We talked about Black extensively at the end of season 1 when he dropped his Free Black project.
Gosh,
I really like it. It was so good.
what are we gonna do with you?
And Switch is cool because it's like a more up-tempo song than anything that's on Free Black, but it still sounds R&B. Like, it's good.
Well, the crazy thing about it was Malcolm and I first heard this song off of Joe Budden's podcast, and I was thinking while the song was going on, this is very Frank Ocean like esque, and then they talked about how this song reminds them of Frank Ocean.
Yep.
And I was like, wow. But that's a good. Anytime you are compared to Frank Ocean, you're in good hands.
Yeah.
You're in good hands.
100%. So Black, Switch, the best song that I heard this weekend. Really good. I've played it quite a bit, actually. This is we got to start talking about June and the song.
Oh, okay.
Because this might be up there.
Because we forget. Ladies and gentlemen, we forgot to mention what our song of the month was for the month of May. We talked. Oh my gosh. The cat is on Malcolm's head right now, ladies and gentlemen. And Malcolm's not a big cat guy, so I feel bad right now, personally.
No, I'm an animal guy.
Okay.
So, like...
But you'll never have a cat.
No.
Okay.
Not unless my girl wants to have a cat or something.
Yeah.
I'll be like, all right, baby.
Yeah.
You can
All
have a
right,
cat.
so... For the month of May, we had a hard time picking one.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't really feel like there was one that stood out. However, the song did not come out in May, but the song got popular in May. So we have decided Boot Up is the song of the month.
Crazy.
It deserves to be on there because that song is wild. It keeps growing in popularity.
The best thing is watching all these videos about like the hard thug dudes.
Yeah, I saw that too. The red bandana. He was so into it, man.
I saw Deezus and Mero. Deezus from Deezus and Mero show. Shout out to them because they're hilarious. Deezus tweeted, he was like, imagine getting shot this summer by a dude that knows the words to Boot Up.
Gosh, dang it.
I laughed so hard.
So Boot Up
Crazy.
deserves to be on it. So review for you guys on what our songs are of the month. And we're going to release a playlist at the end of the month and also do pretty much a little tournament style voting on Twitter to figure out what you guys deem is the best song of the year. January, God's Plan. February is Psycho by Post Malone featuring Ty Dolla $ign. March is this was an interesting month. March was an interesting month, but for those of you who have not heard this song, Selfish by St. John, amazing.
My gosh.
So good.
Listen to that project, please.
Yeah. April was On the Way by Khalid featuring Ty Dolla $ign in Black. And then May is Boot Up. And
LMA.
so month of June so far, just kind of talking. Drake maybe will have something. But right now for us, we say the top 3 songs are going to be Reborn, Kanye West, Kid Cudi on K.T.S.E Ghost, Friends on the Carters, Beyonce, Jay-Z, and I would say Switch.
Black. Those are 3 in contention. Those are really, really good records. So yeah, make sure you let us know feedback on that. That's interesting. Green Gucci Suit.
The song is so average.
Featuring
it hurts
Future.
me.
It's Rick Ross. I just want Rick Ross over like piano and slow jazz.
Maybach.
Oh, I just need Rick Ross over just piano keys. But yeah, it's
Hard
Rick
piano.
Ross' new project is dropping soon. It's going to be Port of Miami 2. Port of Miami 1 was what got him famous, so he's going back to that. Green Gucci Suit's just an average record with Future, so I'm ready for Future just to chill out a little bit.
What'd you think about that new Jaden?
Like the new Jaden a lot.
His new album is gonna be big. I
think so too. It's called Ghost, featuring Christian Rich,
I'm just an
Jaden
icon
Smith.
of it.
I like this. It feels good. I feel like it's Jaden's time right now. There's some momentum behind him. I want to see what this kid does. He's very, 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 very deep and interesting. So we'll see what happens.
I still need my JT, my Justin Bieber. I'm sorry, I said JT. My
Bieber album.
JB
yeah.
album.
The another song that was really good to me that I didn't get a chance to send you, I don't know if you listened to it, the Gallant song, Doesn't Matter,
really?
featuring
No.
A$AP Ferg. This song was actually really good.
Gallant's good. He's the guy who came out with Gold, right?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. G-Eazy put out a record called Drop featuring Black Youngsta and who's the other person it was featuring? I forget. Black Boy JB. Who's getting a push right now. So it was just kind of like
whatevs.
Yeah, it was kind of like whatevs, I thought.
There's a lot of average stuff out here.
Eminem dropped Color with Haley Steinfeld. This is gonna get remixed so many times in clubs, bro.
I could see that.
So many times. Eminem can sing though. You can't take that away from him. Trippie Redd, he dropped How You Feel. So I'm not on that boat yet. Are you? Are you on the Trippie Redd boat yet?
Yeah, there has been some songs that I've like the one with Travis Scott. That song was so tight to me.
Okay.
But this song is average.
Okay. I'm not on the boat yet, so it's hard for me to judge.
I want Uzi. I've never thought I would say that.
Uzi's on a...
Uzi's better than these dudes.
And so I think that after the album that Uzi put out, he fell off a little bit. Nobody was really talking about him. But I've been seeing the way he's been moving recently.
He's got new stuff on the way.
The colors out of his hair. Seems like he's more clear-eyed and bushy-tailed. He was dancing on Instagram to a record that sounded really good. I think that Uzi is about to drop some heat. I'm here for Uzi. I'm here for Uzi for sure. Buddy dropped, and me and Dobie like Buddy. He's an artist that not a lot of people know about, but we like Buddy. What's up? Ah, it's my face you're nibbling on. Buddy dropped Hey Up There featuring Ty Dolla $ign. This is a cool project. Like I said, anytime we hear Ty recently, we're into it. So shout out to Buddy. Another Trippie Redd drop, Me Likey. Did you listen to any other singles? Sorry.
Just that Derek Meyer one we already talked about. Other than that, nope.
All right, so that does it for your new music. We have talked about albums. We have talked about loosey-gooseys. Guys, if there is anything at all that we missed, please let us know. All right? So, we were wanting to do the XXL list, but not all the freestyles came out.
I know. I think we need to wait for the freestyles because then we'll break down the freestyles. Plus, we talked a little bit about XXX this month.
We did see one freestyle by J.I.D. who signed to Dreamville. We went into it knowing that he would have the best out of everyone on the thing, but this dude switched flows like 4 times.
Yo,
pretty fire.
I'm not gonna lie, I think that was probably the best XXL freestyle ever. Out of anybody.
No, it was, other than I will give Designer the Timmy Turner. That was crazy. That was crazy. Really I can't hate on him for that. So yeah, we're going to wait for the freestyles to talk about the XXL list, but if you haven't already, check out JID because he dropped a really, really, really fire verse for his XXL freshman freestyle online this past week. So look that up. Shout out to Dreamville once again. We are going to finish this episode the way that we finish all of our episodes, and that is 101 conversation starters for couples. Dobie, what you got?
As a couple, we make a great team.
Thanks.
But it is most unlikely that we would ever team up to win a mixed doubles and tennis championship, sing a duet, win a medal in couples figure skating, be co-leaders, main speakers of a nationally televised marriage seminar, compete in a ballroom dancing competition, operate a bed and breakfast, co-author a book entitled Stress-Free Parenting. Oh, dude, couples figure skating.
I think figure skating.
Everything else we
could probably do. We could do the ballroom dancing. I can't skate.
We could win some tennis championships.
We could. I can't skate.
Yeah, skating. Skating. Yeah, I just know for a fact the skating would be rough.
The skating would be tough. So I would say that everything else we are probably gonna do. So.
Perfect.
I think that works.
Yeah, it does.
Guys, thank you so much for tuning in to episode 21. Once again, Dobie, hit them with the socials one more time.
You guys can find us on Daps_pounds, Twitter, Instagram, or www.dapsandpoundsent.com. Ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead and plug your personal socials as well.
At
and your PSN and all that stuff.
Dobie1 Kenobi.
Yeah.
All right. Xbox Dobie1, PS4 Dobie_1_Kenobi.
Yes, and I can be found at Malky Groves 1990 on everything. So hit me up, hit Dobie up. We love to have people reach out, just like Chris and Trey did on Twitter. So just hit us up, man. Let us know what's going on. Like, comment, and share on YouTube, iTunes. We're still going really strong on iTunes. That's where people listen to us the most. So shout out to everybody. We really love you. Drake's dropping. Scorpion's dropping. You know, we're Team OVO over here. We can't even really be that
Drake stands.
Be that biased when it comes out to our excitement. We're looking forward to it. The last 2 minutes of the podcast, billboards came up in Toronto saying a bunch of different cryptic things in pure Drake fashion. We don't know what they mean yet. But Six God is watching. And we're going to find out what's going to go happen.
A-side, B-side.
A-side, B-side. Let's go, Drake. Do us right. Guys, episode 21. My name is Malky. To my left, we have...
Dobie.
Represent 2 mics.
2 friends.
And 1 show.
The Daps and Pounds Show.
Shout out to the shout out.
Gang, gang, gang.